So guys, in the last video, we spoke with Jason Hansen, the owner of Vertical Management Group, on the methodology, the thought process on, why you build a custom home, how you build a custom home, and all of that stuff. So check that video out if you haven't seen it already. But what we're going to talk about today is what's behind the walls. A lot of times you walk into a home and you don't know what's behind the walls. You got to trust an inspector to make sure everything looks good when you're buying a home. But we're going to go through really like why a custom build is amazing and what sets us apart. And so, what would you like to take people through real quick while we're here in the primary bedroom?
I like what you said because a lot of people don't know. A lot of people see drywall and they just see it's painted. They have no idea what's behind the walls. But this is a perfect stage. So we've done all of our. This is the rough mechanical stage. So we've got our electrical in, our plumbing in, our mechanical systems in. They're about ready to be inspected. So what you'll see here is you've got a fireplace assembly, which has a vent. All right, so this is how your vent looks to your house. Sometimes it goes to the ceiling, to the roof, like this one does. Sometimes it'll go right out the back wall. You see a lot of electrical, a lot of electrical equipment. TV receptacles. You also have the wall cavities. So all these wall cavities are 2x6 studs, and this is where your insulation is going to go. And in my opinion, this is the most important part of the house. In this particular house, we're going to do what they call a flash and fill insulation package, where we have 3 inches of spray foam up against the studs in the back wall, and then we fill the rest with the cellulose, which gives us to an R21 value in Denver is Denver code, and they've since changed it, so it's higher than that even now. But that'll give you the maximum air sealing from the indoor outdoor air intrusion, and then also the ultimate comfortability. So your house will nice and warm, warm or cool. So it keeps the temperature consistent. From there, we've got a lot of the gas lines. If you want to come over here, we've got gas lines in the floor and all these penetrations. So the city of Denver, in this case, will come and they'll track and make sure that all of our assemblies are up to code before we insulate it. And then once we pass the insulation inspection, then we drywall it. The important to this stage is me as the builder. I've got to go around and make sure everything's in the right spot. So I've got to make sure all the receptacles are in the right spot, all the lighting, all the light fixtures are in the right spot. Because if we don't, we've got to move it. So and it's a lot more expensive and a lot more time consuming after this stage. So this is the last you see of this house, and the better we do now, the better the final product is.
And say there was a mistake, does that fall on the owner, or does that fall on you as the builder?
It depends.
Sure.
It all comes back to the plans.
Yeah.
If it was in the plans and it was built to plan, and it was, for the customer or the homeowner wants to change it, then it would fall on them. If it's in the plans and we didn't put it there, it falls on me as the
Yeah. Gotcha.
and I've got to fix it.
Got
So, if it's a code issue, it falls on me. It's last minute changes on a homeowner side that would cause a change order that would be they're responsible for. And again, that's why it's really important that all of your architect and designer and builder are all on board up front. So you can think of these things ahead of time. And that's where you really save money. If you think about it and you understand your space and you put the time into it at the plan stage, there'll be a lot less changes at the end and a lot less expense.
Or what do they say? Like an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Yeah, that's exactly,
Yeah.
that couldn't be more true
Yeah.
in the world of building, because it really is hard to read 2D plans.
Sure.
And especially for somebody who doesn't do it every day, it's really hard for a homeowner to really understand what's going on. And you got to rely on your design professionals to either step in and notice that they don't know what they're looking at,
Yeah.
and call out things that they need to change.
So, obviously these are going to be beautiful 9-foot doors. It's going to be an incredible space in here. But what are some other things that like set this apart? You talked a lot about like energy and efficiency in the last video. Like, how do we see that stuff now that like it's naked, you know?
Yeah, yeah. So you see, this house is really unique. So the Denver, the codes are going towards electrifying and using more electrical equipment. So this house has electric furnace, 2 electric furnaces. It also has an electric heat pump water heater. That normally those appliances are gas, so now they're electric. And that's kind of where we're seeing the shift. We're also solar ready. In Denver, we have to be solar ready.
Mhm.
And there won't be solar panels that I'm going to install, but the homeowner will most likely install a little bit later. Those are some of the major changes between that and the insulation upgrades. That's where the code is going, and that's where you're going to see um, a lot of your comfortability
Yeah.
increase. You're going to feel a lot more comfortable in
So
it.
why is electric better than gas? Just out of curiosity.
Power wise, so people are really concerned about getting away from fossil fuels and gas, and they're doing that by electrifying.
Mhm.
So they're getting there a little bit more efficient in some respect, but it's also a renewable energy source. So you're going into it with a environmentally conscious mind.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, take us through this space, man. Like,
Yeah.
tell us some of the features that are going to be in here and what this place is going to look like. Because this is the bathroom, obviously. This is
Yeah.
huge.
So we came out of the master. This is the master bath. So you're going into a wet room. So you see the tub here. So this entire room is going to have not only the bathtub in it and the shower in one enclosed area.
Yeah.
We call it a wet room. There's a bunch of different names for it.
Yeah.
But that's kind of how that's going to work here, which is going to be nice. So it's a kind of an art piece, and the master bath area should always be kind of an art piece, right?
Yeah.
To put all your a lot of your money in here. Then you'll have 2 vanities on either side, his and hers vanities. Right here, both decorative, both the same size, very symmetrical.
Yeah.
So as you look from kind of where Nate is across, very symmetrical.
We got the rainfall water or
Yeah,
heads.
yeah. So we have these are your control valves for your shower. So you have 2 shower heads. You got 1 rain head, and then of course the tub will sit right here.
Nice.
So you got a lot more than enough space.
What about
Um,
this massive bedroom? I mean,
yeah.
closet over here.
Yeah. You're pretty right. So this is the size of a bedroom, but it's a closet. So what we found is the closet does sell, and making a closet that people spend a little bit of time in.
Yeah.
Not only are you getting dressed, but a lot of people have chairs in their closets. This one's going to have a center island, area with drawers and countertop. It also has a washer and dryer. So we're putting a lot of washers and dryers in
Yeah.
the master
I love
master
that.
bedrooms or closets, so they have their own space to do their own laundry.
This is going to be beautiful with the vaulted ceilings and everything. So I can't wait to see this thing done.
Yeah, it's a wow area
Yeah.
for sure.
I love it. So obviously this is an incredible home, or going to be an incredible home here in Observatory Park. Jason, I can't wait to see this thing done, because in the next video, we're gonna be able to see all the finishes and all the stuff that we've seen behind the scenes today in real life. And so I can't wait to show this to you guys, and it's gonna be fantastic.